us too. Shreya and Bulbul became close friends in the very first semester of college because of two reasons. One, their desire to prove themselves, and two, their mutual appreciation and fondness for their professor, Baldev sir. Shreya wanted to pursue her MBA degree, and Bulbul wanted to become a journalist. Shreya was the last child in a family of achievers. Dad, general manager in the country's leading telecom company. Mom, a banker. Didi and Bhaiya were brilliant in academics and joined the army. So, since her childhood, Shreya was always told to become like them. Bulbul was from a small village, but with big dreams. She was the first girl from her village to come to a metro to complete her graduation. She had much to establish for herself and for the other girls of her village. Shreya and Bulbul were literally smitten by Baldev sir. He was in his 30s, clean shaven, always formally dressed, very presentable, and was such a good speaker. Baldev sir was a globetrotter and would fluently describe the London Bridge, the Trafalgar Square, the Eiffel Tower, the Von Trapp family, the Seine River, the Colosseum, the pyramids, and so many other places. Shreya and Bulbul would get lost in the streets of Europe and the lanes of New York City as they would listen to Sir. And then he also talked of liberalism, women empowerment, how girls should become financially independent, and how they should begin to work even in male dominated areas. Baldev sir would openly appreciate Shreya's sister to have joined the army and Bulbul's courage to defy all odds and come to a metro for her higher studies. It would bring such a smile on their faces. They found it quite strange, though, that other girls in the class did not share the same excitement of learning about new places by Baldev sir. Jealous bunch. All they were concerned was how and when will sir complete the syllabus. Gradually, the first semester began to end, and the busy days of exams and viva and assignments started. Shreya and Bulbul were desperate to be among the toppers. But a semester lost out in descriptions of European woods and Egyptian pyramids wasn't of any help in grasping the course details. Plus, the hours spent gossiping in the canteen, being on the lookout for boyfriends, curious to know the details of every affair that was whispered in the corridors of the college, had also distanced them from academics. At such a time, Baldev sir's invitation to give them personal coaching to score the highest marks in the exams was such a welcome relief. Both the girls jumped at the invitation. After the lectures got over, they entered his cabin. Sir affectionately patted them on the head and began to amicably ask them about their families and surroundings. The two girls blurted out the pressure they experienced at home and the need to score well in the exams. Baldev sir immediately assured them that their exam troubles, they were now over. He will ensure that they score well, not only in his paper, but in papers taught by other professors as well. The girls couldn't hide their happiness. Sir lovingly hugged them, wished them all the best, and the coaching session got over. That was the first of the series of hugs and embraces and seemingly affectionate pats on the head, then shoulders, and then further downwards. Sir hardly spoke now. His hands did all the talking, it seemed. Shreya felt uncomfortable and then disgusted at being touched. She knew that this was not right, but it had all happened so quickly and suddenly that she didn't really know how to react. Bulbul was equally scared, and on the fifth day of the coaching session, she broke down as soon as they left Baldev sir's cabin. Each day, Baldev sir would wink at them in the corridor and gesture towards his cabin. After a few days, however, Shreya and Bulbul were so frightened that they stopped coming to college altogether. Baldev sir was not happy at all. His curt message to both of them alarmed them. If you don't attend the coaching session tomorrow, then I cannot guarantee that you will clear my paper. Other papers will also be at risk. Don't put the rest of the semesters in danger with your immature decision to bunk college and the coaching sessions. Tomorrow the coaching will commence at my residence. Please be on time. Shreya couldn't bring herself to tell her family all of this. All her life, she had been given the example of her very successful siblings and, of course, her parents who had achieved so much in life. Living in their shadows was not easy at all. To be reminded of her family's glorious past and an even more decorated present was a burden Shreya found difficult to carry. They continuously told her how it was only through their contacts that she could get admission to a good college. Shreya had thought that if she scored well in the exams, at least for some time, her family will stop putting the pressure of achievement on her. Bulbul wasn't just carrying her own hopes and dreams on her shoulders, but also of all the other girls in the village. She had to become something. Everyone in the village looked up to her as an example. She had studied very hard, had got admission in such a reputed college, and would surely make them proud. Little did they know that the same Bulbul had got quite lost in the concrete jungle of towering buildings, shining skyscrapers, concrete roads, gleaming cars, cafes, restaurants, pubs, salons, multiplexes, bright clothes and accessories, and of course the rosy word pictures created by the magician Baldev sir. Her focus from academics had shifted, and now she feared that low marks will upset not just her, but the entire village. The next day was a Sunday. Shreya and Bulbul had to reach Baldev sir's apartment at 12 noon. They were scared, but naively thought that sir's family would also be home. Little did they know that sir had called them to his second apartment in a building that was under construction. With no one around, Baldev sir literally pounced on the girls. Their worst nightmare was becoming a reality. Shreya resisted and Bulbul tried to recede in a corner. But they were immediately warned not to. Failure in exams, rustication from college, and humiliation in the college corridors would all happen, they were told. One word from me and you will be both shunted out, spoke the evil man. He lunged at Bulbul, but she picked up a cushion and pushed him away. Meanwhile, Shreya found a mop and hit him on the head. Baldev was totally unprepared for this kind of resistance. He staggered and fell down. That gave the girls a few precious seconds and they rushed out, ran away. They ran non-stop, without glancing back for about 10 minutes. Panting and grasping for breath, they finally stopped under the awning of a cafe. It was then that the entire thing hit them hard. They had just been able to run away from the house, but not from the demon or the demonic act. Shattered and devastated, Shreya and Bulbul felt lost and defeated. Shreya couldn't believe that a person who was literally her hero in the college was actually such a lecher. She wanted to take help of Baldev sir and get into a top rated B school and prove her identity to her family. Her naivety and her gullible nature was so hopelessly exploited by the demon. Bulbul had put all her faith in Sir. Because wasn't he the one who always talked to them about women empowerment and girl power? How could he do this to her? Will she ever be able to tell anyone about this harassment? Perhaps no. Never. No one in the college got to know where did Shreya and Bulbul vanish and why. Shreya's family took her to a psychologist, and after about a year, she was admitted in another college. But nobody has any idea about Bulbul. All that is known about her is that she couldn't become the first girl from her village to graduate, and that too from a reputed college in a metro.